Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the virtual Sin City Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which plays host to tonight's round number 2 of Season 4 of the OP Racing Throwback Series. You are watching live coverage of tonight's round number 2 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway on PGR eSports. My name is Dawson Wise, and I'll be taking you through all 134 laps that we have on tap for you here this evening. Welcome in, everyone, to the pre-race coverage of tonight's race from Vegas, as over 40 cars get ready to go racing in the Sin City to determine who is going to put themselves in a better points position following last week. And let me tell you, if you happen to miss last week, number one, you missed a great race, but we're glad to have you here this week starting in round number 2. But number 2, some chaos near the end, some crazy storylines, but at the end of the night, it was Hunter Carlson who came away with the win. One of the veterans beat a couple of the first-timers to the line, had some help from a teammate as well, and he won his second career race in the Throwback Series. So many fun stories. One of them, Lee Robinson, currently running well here in practice as well, and some others as well throughout the field. Adam Pettit ran well. He's 9th on the board right now as they run. As you see, we go high above the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Some other good stories. Tyler Bentley is back. He's 14th in qualifying currently. And some other incredible stories as well that we'll get to throughout the course of the night. Again, just over 40, actually 40 even, have made the trip. They've unloaded from the hauler, and they are ready to get under the green flag. Now, I will preface, be prepared to bear with me tonight. Obviously, I'm not sure if you all can notice, but I can definitely notice that the changing of the seasons has arrived, at least here in the southeastern portion of the United States, and as such, it has taken a serious toll on my health, or at least the health of my voice. So throughout the night, just bear with me. I've got some water, I've gotten some medicine, and we're going to bear through it. But obviously tonight, if my voice cracks or if my voice starts to go out, just bear with me here tonight. But I'm going to give you 110% for the next 134 laps. Again, so grateful that you could be here on PGR eSports. We'll tell you about the event coming up after this one, which I'm actually potentially racing in a little bit later on in the night as well. But we're about to get on to the starting grid. Go ahead and share the link if you haven't already. Get your friends out here. It is Throwback Night in America, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday means one thing, and that means we are roaring to life in the OP Racing Throwback Series, and we're about to get on the racetrack for the first time with a new name atop the qualifying order, and we are going to get onto that starting grid here in just a moment. But again, share the link, subscribe, like, do all the things that normally we would tell you to do, but seriously, help us grow this platform. PGR eSports, we've experienced a almost nuclear growth in the past 8 months or so since we've started this project, and we continue to be grateful for all the growth that we experience and excited about the things that we have to come as well. So give us a follow, give us a subscribe, jump on the bandwagon while you still can, because a lot of big things are in the works here at PGR eSports. All right, with that said, that means it's time to get on the grid for the first time here tonight. Sponsored by Anything EC. And we'll get to our sponsors as well later in the race. But we're going to go to the starting grid first. On the pole, the man with the fast time, and you heard me say it a moment ago, allude to it just a moment ago, Andrew Farrenhires. And if I'm butchering that, please, if someone's out there in chat, please, Andrew, if you're watching this back, please correct me. I said it last week. I'm going to butcher some names. Please correct me over the course of the next several weeks, as we're going to have to give this a reload because the names weren't popping up right. There we go. And it is Andrew Farrenhires on the pole in the number 84 machine, all black Chevrolet. He gets the pole in his first career start in the OP Racing Throwback Series. To his outside, it'll be one of the great stories from last week, Lee Robinson. He'll start on the outside of row number 1. Row 2, the Season 2 champ, Christian Strader in the 29. He'll start in the Goodwrench Chevrolet alongside Dustin Herman in the 50, the all-white car listed for Smoke Show Racing. Row 3, the teammate to Christian Strader. It's Hunter Carlson, last week's winner. He'll start from position number 5 with Travis Butt, to his outside in the 24. I did butcher that one last week, Travis. My apologies. It's Travis Butt in position number 6. Row 4, Garrett Streets in the 33, back for another go this week in the black, white, and yellow machine. He'll roll from position number 7. It'll be Nathan Nixon making his season debut in the 92, back there in that blue and white car, the blue Ford Taurus on the outside of row number 4. Row 5, Adam Pettit had a nice run going last week, had some bad luck befall him on pit cycles later in the race. He'll start from 9th. It'll be Rusty Modesty that rounds out our starting top 10 here this evening. Row number 6, it'll be Matthew Karikoff in the number 20 machine, the Home Depot Chevrolet, in homage to Tony Stewart, and Chad Meadows in the 25. He'll start from 12th. Row 7, Sean Guerra had a really encouraging run last week. He'll start from 13th. Tyler Bentley, he'll start from 14th, the Season 1 champ. Row 8, Ryan Peters in the 18 ran well at times last week as well, put his name out on the map. He'll start 15th. Stephen Luttrell in the 82 will start from 16th. Row 9, Harold Rothery in the number 7 machine. He'll start from 17th. It'll be Jeremy Morrow for SM Racing, one of our other sponsors, starting in the 18th position. Row 10, Rick Sanchez in the 05 will start from 19th position. And welcome back the faster pastor Stoney Benfield to the field, starting in position number 20. 21st will be Tim Henderson to the 52. The 39 of Brian Elmore, welcome back to the series. He'll start from P22. Row 12, Doug Johnson in the 388 will start 23rd alongside Brad Young in position number 24. Row 13, Casey Pfeiffer in the 87, Brent Elmore in the 31. Row 14, welcome back Jimmy Fitzmaurice in the 73. He'll start alongside Sean Kosher in 28th. Row 15, Dylan Pearson, welcome back to the series. He'll start from 29th in the 70. It'll be Alex Green, league owner, in 30th position. Greg Bourbonier in the 00 will start from 31st. Chris Puff for SM Racing will start 32nd in the 91. Row 17, Isaac Ortiz will start 13th alongside Ron Walters in the 99, starting from 34th. Row 18 to be Richard Maligani, welcome back to the series in the 22, and Cody Morgan in the 40 will start 36th. Row 19, Shane Posey comes back, a teammate to Maligani and Bentley, he'll start 37th. Andrew Schroeder will start 38th. It'll be Tim Clements in 39th, and it'll be Cody Eldred rounding out our field of 40 cars. Grid complete, 134 laps on the board. We are ready to get this one underway from the Sin City, round 2 of the OP Racing Throwback Series, about to get underway. The pace car hands the field to the newcomer, Andrew Farrenayers. It will bring the field into the restart zone for the first time. Green flag is in the air. We're underway from Las Vegas. Lap 1 complete, lap 2 on the board and clean and green so far, and it's Farrenayers that drives to a very early lead here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The battle currently going for second position. It's Robinson, but he faces some opposition. That is Christian Schrader, the Season 2 champ. He wants second from Lee Robinson and Schrader. This is unfamiliar territory for Christian Schrader, not quite used to these guys at the front. Some of these guys a little bit new to him, and now the first mile and a half start for some of these guys. Schrader, some new competition early here in season number 4. To the inside, it's Schrader, the Goodwrench Chevrolet. It's the Monster Chevrolet, the 06 of Robinson on the outside, and Robinson for now will fend off that spot from Christian Schrader. As further back, we got battles around Hunter Carlson. Not Hunter Carlson, it's actually a little bit further back than that. It's back here around Adam Pettit as he is on the move. Nathan Nixon, Adam Pettit, +1 already. Almost trouble up here in front of these guys with the leader. Some smoke, but nothing doing there. And everybody getting singled out, and this is something a little bit unfamiliar to this series. And this is not a dig at any of the drivers. It's a battle up here. Travis Butt trying to get by Hunter Carlson. That'll be for 5th. But a little bit unfamiliar territory for this series where on mile and a halfs in the past, these guys, I won't say struggled, but had their moments where we had some cautions early in the race, then we got into the long run, and we kind of had some cautions towards the end. It was ebbs and flows. So far, knock on wood if you have some wood near you right now, but so far, clean and green and really good racing. Travis Butt, Hunter Carlson side by side. Butt, the DuPont Chevrolet, Carlson in the BG Studio, or 86 Studio. Chevrolet on the outside, Studio 86, pardon. He mentions his sponsor every time he gets in here for an interview, and the broadcaster doesn't know what he's talking about. Further back, battle. Back here around Karakoff. Matthew Karakoff, Tyler Bentley. Bentley trying to come forward. Karakoff trying to fend him off. Karakoff running already 2.5 lanes up the racetrack. One of the first to run that high. Bentley ringing the bottom the shortest way around this mile-and-a-half speedway. Bentley already +2, wanting to go +3. And he will do so. The Buckeye Racing Network Ford Taurus. Well, for now, Karakoff doing a good job defending the 12th position. The 11th position, excuse me. And they continue to race side by side. Further back, you see that battle between Jeremy Morrow and Harold Rothery. That is for the 16th position. Will Bentley finally get the better of the 20 here off of 3 and 4? Can he slide on his nose? Not quite. Karakoff going to continue to work this battle with Tyler Bentley. So Really good stuff. Bentley will jump in front now. He's in the 11th running position. Battle for the lead starting to heat up front. Fahrenheiser has got some company. Now, whether or not this is because they have run him down or because he is saving some tire, we have yet to see. But Robinson within 3 car lengths of our race leader, and Strader within a car length of him. And Dustin Herman starting to drive into this battle as well from 4th. Fahrenheiser, his first career start. Robinson, his second career start. Same for Dustin Herman and Travis Butt. Strader, the winningest driver, save for Tyler Bentley in series history, runs in the 3rd position and currently in a pretty comfortable spot, is the former champ. We'll go back, look for guys on the move. The man on the move right now is the McDonald's number 70 of Dylan Pearson, +9 right now for the McDonald's Taurus. It's a battle right in front of him. It's going to clog the racetrack a little bit. Rick Sanchez in front of Rick is Stoney Benfield. Welcome back to the Faster Pastor as he returns to the series for the first time since last season. He was unable to race last week and brings along a Ford Fusion this season, so a change of manufacturer as well. The Master trouble right in front of infield. They're going to spin right here at the entrance of turn number 3. I believe it was Chad Meadows that got sideways. The field's going to stack up, but the field is going to stay green. It's Chad Meadows that got out of shape. If we get a caution, we'll try to come back and look. But since it's green flag racing, we're going to try to keep the action on the guys running up front. To the battle for the lead briefly. Robinson, Strader, within about a half a... Robinson now to a half a car length from the leader. Strader about a car length or 2 off of Robinson. Then it's Herman, then it's Butt, then it's Carlson. And it's another couple men on the move. It's Nixon and Adam Pettit. They're currently 7th and 8th, coming forward from their starting positions of 8th and 9th. Nathan Nixon. With the Anything EC colors, I want to thank Anything EC for coming on to sponsor our product this season. Actually, this is really nice, ironic timing for some product placement for our sponsors. Anything EC, SM Racing, both represented well here right at the front of the field with Nixon, Pettit, and Garrett Streets all nose to tail. I do want to thank both of them for coming on. We'll get into the rest of our sponsors as we go throughout the night. Anything ECSM Racing, thank you to them for coming on. We'll give you a little bit more information either under a caution or later in the race. Adam Pettit past Nathan Nixon. That was for 7th. And now Nixon going to be under fire here for 8th from Streets, from Modesty, and from Bentley. A bit of a line forming here behind the 92, and he will bow out of this battle for 8th. He may give the spot up here to Streets. We'll see how much he's willing to give up. He's going to go right to the top, all the way to the fence. Goes to 92. The first one to try up the top. He's trying up. Not quite in the Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick line, but he's starting to approach that territory. Streets on by for 8th, Modesty on by for 9th, and Bentley will try to follow through for 10th. Streets moves up to the fence as well. They're approaching Kyle Larson territory now, early in the going, 14 laps in. The tire wear is going to be notable tonight. A full run of full bore saw the tire degrade down to 36% of its original life, according to one driver in practice, so be prepared for that. Nixon now uses the top lane to fend off Bentley and Modesty here. So the track's starting to change. The dynamic track surface is starting to take over. We got a change for second as Christian Strader takes over that spot from Robinson, who will cross over, and the battle's on for position number 2. Strader on the outside, Robinson on the inside. 15 laps up and down as quick as you can say go at Las Vegas. Strader using that top line, something we are so used to seeing the Goodwrench Chevrolet do. He will rocket right around the 0.6 of Robinson. Dustin Herman, ladies and gentlemen, is within 0.6 of a second of this battle for second. But Strader now looks to set his sights on the leader, the new blood, in the OP Racing Throwback Series. The rite of passage is you got to beat Christian Strader or you got to beat Tyler Bentley. And right now, Fahrenheiser is doing a good job of doing both. We'll keep it moving throughout the field. Travis Butt being run back down by Hunter Carlson. We'll come back to this battle in a moment. We'll look back here. Garrett Streets is back up to 8th. Nixon under fire for 9th now from Tyler Bentley, but we fended off there in turn number 1. Matthew Karakoff running a comfortable 12th. John Guerra holding on to 13th, and then a couple guys on the move behind him. Jeremy Morrow, the SM Racing Ford Taurus, and the Ford Fusion of Stony Benfield. Fresh new look, a little bit brighter, greenish yellow color for Stony Benfield this season. But call811.com, still aboard the more modern Ford Fusion. The battle up in front of these guys. Nathan Nixon is still under fire from Tyler Bentley. As one car has gone a lap down, there's actually several cars already potentially one lap down to the leaders as the leaders start to approach lap traffic. But that car looked like the Chad Meadows machine that we saw have some trouble earlier. Nixon, Bentley continue to battle very strongly for this 9th position. Carlson and Butt about to go at it up in front of these guys for 5th. Bentley trying everything he can to ring the bottom and slide on the nose of the 92, and the 92 not letting it fly. And Garrett Streets is going to get caught back up in this as well. So it's becoming a 3-car battle. Streets looking in the mirror and saying, all right, try to drive away, and I got to battle. I got to pick which lane I want to defend. Nixon doing a really good job utilizing the top, but Bentley, I think, is going to get the better of him here on one of these corners. He's got a much better exit angle. That time he's going to slide on the nose here, I believe, into 1, or if not, out of 2. And Tyler Bentley will grab that spot, and the battle is on up here. Pettit to Carlson for 6th. Not going to happen. Butt trying to defend them both for 5th. Look at this line from Travis Butt. Way up to the fence goes the 24. Maybe a little bit too close to the sun. Was the DuPont Chevrolet there as he almost drives across the nose of Adam Pettit. Carlson will ring the top. He'll continue to run. That same line, we're going to get up on top here on the drone camera to show you this battle. Is Pettit to the inside of Travis Butt. He got by Carlson for 6th. Now he looks for 5th on the DuPont Chevrolet. We're going to use this camera kind of to go around the racetrack, show you some of the battles that are currently underway. As look at Travis Butt again. The car's a little bit out of shape, but so far, ooh, man, that was a big wiggle. Contact, Pettit, and Travis Butt. Pettit's going to drive it through the grass. These cars don't like to save, but an impressive job there by Adam Pettit as he saves it after some contact with Travis Butt. We're going to keep it here because here comes Tyler Bentley. Pettit trying to maintain momentum. Bentley wants the 6th spot, or excuse me, 7th from Adam Pettit, and he will get it halfway down the Nellis straightaway on the backstretch. Battle behind them. Nathan Nixon still under fire, this time for 10th, but he's trying to go for 9th and get 2 for 1. I don't think it's going to happen. Modesty may be the guy that gets 2 for 1 here as the field works its way around this 1.5 miles. Nathan Nixon, Rusty Modesty, side by side. As Hunter Carlson gets the spot from Travis Butt and goes back forward to 5th. Back to Modesty and Nixon. Modesty going to get the first. He gets to 10th. Battle back even further. It's the faster pastor. It's Stony Benfield. Looking for 13th on John Guerra. As his drive to the front continues, Guerra moves down, trying to defend the line a little bit. Benfield going to be working for it. Greg Bourbonier, by the way, the Miller Lite Chevrolet up 14 spots. Richard Malagani in 19th is up 16 positions, just behind these guys back there. So this battle cools for the time being. But we're going to go back here to these cars that are on the move, and Bourbonier is one of them. You see Malugani not far behind. As Harold Rothery is one of the cars one lap down, the Menards Chevrolet. But Bourbonier is one of the men on the move right now on lap 24, up from 31st. And Travis Butt, I believe, is going to start our first cycle of green flag pit stops. 24 down pit road, the first car to dive to pit road, and the caution flag is on the speedway for the first time. And going to look for it, but no indication of exactly what happened there. I'm not really sure at this point what is the case, but we'll try to find it. And I don't think we're going to be able to, and it doesn't even show a crash. I I don't think it was right here around Bourbonniere. We were watching that battle when the caution came out. I don't think it's this battle between Modesty and Streets. I certainly don't think it's anything further to the front. Somebody must have gotten off track, but there is no way for us to know here as to who that is. So instead, we will watch the race down pit road and the race off pit road as these guys make their way for their some of their first service of the race. Some guys actually had already received service and had gone a lap down, so they will get their laps back and cycle back to the back end of the field. As the leaders hit their pit boxes for the first time in Las Vegas. 26 laps already gone in this one, with 108 left remaining. Race off pit road. It's going to be won by Farrenires. No real major changes on pit road, I don't think. Everybody kind of similar in their attitudes here as to what they want for tires and fuel. Got to imagine the handling on these race cars was not great. And so, after the first cycle, Farrenires continues to lead the field. So 26 up and down, 27 when we get back, and may very well get the 1-to-go signal this time by as well to get this one underway once again. Good crowd tonight. Again, share the link. It's Throwback Night in America, so share the link, get it out to anybody who may know a driver in here, or who may just be a fan of racing, a fan of old-style racing especially. Tell them it's Thursday, and that means it's Throwback Night in America, and that we are racing, and that this one is going by quickly, so get that link out fast. This one's going by in a hurry. See, we get the 1-to-go signal. Excuse me, if we get the 1-to-go signal, or if we get the 2-to-go signal. And it is 2 to go, so we'll go one more and then get the lights off. We want to thank those that are in race chat. For Actidemus, that's TJ Spainhour. TJ, good to see you. Wishing luck to Hunter Carlson, Brad Young, Christian Schrader, a few of his teammates. Talking about the turnout, and yeah, the turnout this season, man, 40 cars in Las Vegas. We had 43 last week in Daytona. We have 40 this week at Las Vegas, SCL Racing Network. Watching from Florence, South Carolina. Big race in Florence this weekend on Saturday night. We'll feature the return of Budweiser on a race car as Dale Jr. attempts to make the big late model race down there in Florence. And everybody who's anybody in late model racing in the Southeast is going to be in Florence, South Carolina this week. So, fun place to be this time of year. Belva Feltz as well as NetSpeed. So, glad to have everybody here. I'm glad that you are enjoying this one so far here tonight. Again, a little ways to go, but again, you saw how fast we got through almost 30 laps of this race. I mean, they went up and down really, really quickly. This one's going to go by in a pretty decent hurry. As we get the 1-to-go signal, these guys will flash by the pace car, and we will re-rack, restack, and try this thing again. Andrew Farrenires will lead the field. Lee Robinson will be second. It'll be Dustin Herman and Hunter Carlson on row number 2. Row 3, Tyler Bentley and Garrett Streets, I believe, are going to be the row 3 cars. Rusty Modesty, Adam Pettit on row 4, Matthew Karakoff and Nathan Nixon on row number 5. You may be asking, where is Christian Schrader? 32nd. So my guess, a pit road penalty incurred by the 29 on this first yellow flag cycle. And he has got some work cut out for him now. One of the fastest cars on the track, logged deep in traffic. As we get ready to go back green on lap number 29. It'll be 106 laps to go from Las Vegas. It'll be Farrenires, the newcomer, that will lead the field back. Pace car will take the left turn. We'll get back under the green flag, and Here we go once again, just over 100 laps to go. And green flag goes back in the air. It's Fahrenheiers, it's Robinson. They get off and running towards turn number 1. We're back under green in the Sin City. Battles on for the 3rd position. Herman going to take it from Carlson. Will the top lane work on new tires? I doubt it. It does not. Herman drives right on by. He'll be 3rd by the time they get to the Nellis straightaway. Behind them, a battle is on. Tyler Bentley slides on the nose. Further back, some better action back here around John Guerra, who runs Sanchez to the white line. This is back here for 15th. And this is a pack of cars all grouped up right in front of them. Is this battle for 11th? As Bourbonnier wanted it, Luttrell's going to get it. Henderson following through, Pearson following through. This is a pack and a half of cars right here as they work their way up the banking of turns 1 and 2. Battle up in front of these guys, though, so we got to go up here for a moment. It's Modesty and Nixon that will battle. Oh, car on the wall. Dylan Pearson out back to 70. Can he hold on to it? No, he cannot. He's going to get turned on the bumper of Shane Posey. Will it bring a caution out? Yes, it will. Big wreck. Brian Elmore, the 31, they're going to wreck big out here in turn number 4 as Alex Green, Rick Sanchez, and Brent Elmore, excuse me, have crashed into the turn 3 wall. And it brought out our second caution flag of the night. So we'll go back, take a look at what triggered this one. It actually was way up in front as Dylan Pearson was trying to drive off the wall. So we'll start up there, and we're going to go high above. Oh, man, actually starts even behind Dylan Pearson. It started with Rick Sanchez. We'll look at that in a minute, but Pearson tries to hook it off the wall and gets way more than he bargained for. Bourbonnier gets in the back of him as he's trying to get off. Shane Posey gets in the back of him as well. And Pearson spins it to a stop. We'll go back to Rick Sanchez because he's the other car I saw get way out of shape here. And he was out of shape all the way off turn number 2. So let's see what happened there first. Oh, man. Whoa, big snap for Sanchez. Let's go back a little further. New tires, still cold. It doesn't set, snaps, and then you're out of control. He actually makes a really fantastic save. All this mess goes on behind him, or in front of him. And, oh, Schroeder and Elmore, that's netcode contact. And several cars pile into this one. The 42 is in it as well. Isaac Ortiz. That was some serious netcode there between the 31. As we'll try to get a better, I'm trying to get a better angle of the netcode so I can show you exactly. That's not really going to do it, but I want to try to show you where these two did not hit. Schroeder. Watch Andrew Schroeder, the green and white New York Jets Chevrolet. He's going to come up right here. Watch this contact with him and Elmore. Right there, it actually looks more damning on Schroeder than it does in the previous clip, but that was some serious netcode, and Sanchez, Green, and Elmore all collected get the brunt of this one by far. We'll take one more look at it as the field worked its way into turn number 3. You see Sanchez, you see the mess happening up in front of him. Everybody's out on the gas. I think we were going to stay green, and then Schroeder, Elmore get together, and Sanchez and Green innocent bystanders in that one get a big brunt of it. Oh, man, cars diving out of the way as they tried to miss it. So another quick caution has put us back under the yellow flag with 101 laps to go next time by. As Fahrenheiers, Robinson, Herman, Carlson, Bentley, your top 5. With Garrett Streets, Adam Pettit, Nathan Nixon, Rusty Modesty, Matthew Karikoff making up the remainder of the top 10. Christian Schrader, by the way, already plus 12 on that one restart. 32nd to 20th. So Fahrenheiers leads as we hit almost 100 laps to go, and now as good an opportunity as ever to tell you about our sponsor, Anything EC. Anything EC is a retail vendor for all your car care detail needs. They have a storefront in Hastings, Florida, and a website, anythingec.com. Products are not like what you'd get at the local automotive store or Walmart. These are serious professional products used by professional detailing companies. And you can use code PETIT15 to receive 15% off your entire order. Thank you so much to Anything EC for coming on board. And a bit of a bonus with that is they're offering the Clean Driver Award. So let me, again, if you weren't here last week, let me kind of take you through what this Clean Driver Award is. It's whoever has the lowest combined incident points in a 5-race segment. There are 4 5-race segments. I'll take you through them in a minute. They'll receive a prize via PayPal. 4 winners total. You must complete 75% of the laps for a race to count. You must complete 4 of the races in a segment. And your highest incident scored race will be a throwaway. Many drivers are going to use that on last week's race at Daytona. So segment 1, Daytona, Las Vegas, which we are this week, Rockingham, Kansas, and Darlington. And that's the segment we're in right now. Segment 2, Chicagoland, Richmond, Michigan, Watkins Glen, Talladega. Segment 3, Bristol, Pocono, Iowa, Auto Club Daytona. Segment 4, Atlanta, Charlotte, Martinsville, Texas, and Homestead. Thank you to Anything EC for sponsorship this season, for their support of the OP Racing Throwback Series, and for also offering the Clean Driver Award. Again, a 1 throwaway race, and many drivers are going to use that on last week. So that's just telling the truth. It's no shade to any driver in this field, but it's the truth of how last week's race went in the last 35 laps or so. A lot of drivers are going to be using up that throwaway early in the segment. Green flag back in the air, lap 35, 100 laps to go at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's Fahrenheit that continues to lead. Robinson, Herman, Carlson, Streets, everybody trying to file in. First battle's going to be back here around Streets with Tyler Bentley, who tries to drive by on the inside. Streets trying to hang on to 5th position and stay in line with Hunter Carlson. Out back, some battling, but we're going to keep it here as the battle for 5th continues to rage in turn 3. New tires going to prevail on the bottom, at least for the early time being in this run. Bentley and Streets going to stay side by side, though. 36 on the board. Bentley now going to drive by Streets. That's for 5th. Streets going to have to settle for 6th, and now under fire from Nixon for 7th, but caution flag is out again. Oh, man, Brian Elmore this time. Not a good couple of laps for the Elmores, as Brian now takes his turn sideways. And let's see what happened back here. Brian was running back around the outside of the top 20, and some contact. Number 4 of Cody Eldred. And that was pretty straightforward. Eldred, I guess, just didn't really know Elmore's breaking point, and that kind of just, it got him sideways. Eldred goes in a little deeper than the 39. I guess anticipated that not only was he going to go, but also that the 4 was going to go. And as Elmore turns down the hill, Eldred, hard for these cars to stop, and it's not hard contact, but at that point, trying to back up, trying to stay off of him, it's not going to work. And he gets Elmore out of shape and sideways. And Elmore spins back up. Now he's lucky he did not get hit a second time. At least not visually that we can see, but the damage on the car tells me he only got hit the once by Eldred, and that was it. And if that's the case, a really lucky break for Brian Elmore. Go to another angle here. So actually, this is going to be a nice representation. So a lot of people will brake right there at that green light. And Elmore does that, and Eldred's just driving in a little bit deeper. It's not much, but it's enough to cause some contact. And around goes Elmore off the bumper of Eldred. Pretty cut and dry. 3rd caution of the night, but luckily for the drivers around them, not a very big incident, not a very costly incident to a lot of drivers, as they will be able to maintain the forward ground, and Elmore is one of them. He'll be able to keep on trucking here. Not a ton of damage on his car, and not a ton of damage on Eldred's car either. We go back up front, lap 38 being run as we speak. The guy's starting to stay out here on this cycle, trying to run this a little bit longer. Try not to get themselves too far off pit strategy if in case it does come down to that. As we are down to 96 to go at the line. As the field works its way around behind the newcomer, Fahrenheit. So again, 96 to go. Kind of a cautions moment here. 3 cautions in about 10 laps after we went almost the first 30 without one. See if these guys can get back in a rhythm. And get back under the green flag in 2 laps time. Do want to mention that after this, right here on PGR eSports, you won't have to click away very far. We'll go back to our main page. Not right now, but at about 10:30. Go back to our main page and check out the PGR eSports Intimidator Super Speedway Series Fall Brawl, which is set to take place here tonight. It is 80 laps in the NASCAR Gen 6 car. And that's right, you heard me right, Gen 6. You may think, why are we not running the next gen? The Gen 6 has provided some really incredible racing over the past 2 to 3 times we've tried it. Huge runs, huge pushes. Big moves, big blocks, really exciting racing. And Fall Brawl, it's a special event, which means higher payouts. It is a paid race. There's money going to the winner. There's a lot on the line. A $500 to win race coming up from Talladega Super Speedway right after this race. Actually, it may go live in the closing stages of this race, depending on how long the conclusion of tonight's event in Las Vegas is. We're about to go back under the green flag. We're going to go back under the green flag on lap 41. It'll give us an even 94 laps to go. As we prepare to get this one back underway, Fahrenheit, Robinson, Herman, Bentley, Streets again, your top 5. Nixon, Pettit, Modesty, Karakoff, Henderson, now your top 10. Stoney Benfield is 11th. Then you got some guys coming forward. Casey Pfeiffer plus 13, he scored in 12th. Greg Burmanier plus 17, scored in 14th. Richard Maligani plus 20, scored in 15th. Sean Kozier plus 9 or 8, 19th and 20th. Between those, Doug Johnson 17th plus 6. Cody Morgan plus 15 and 21st. Christian Strader will restart 26th. Still some work to be done for the Season 2 champ. So we'll take a quick drink. And we will try to recover the voice a little bit. 94 laps to go. At the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, all 40 so far have been led by Andrew Fahrenheit. Robinson, Herman have been very fast. We know what Tyler Bentley brings to the racetrack on a weekly basis. Some other guys behind them as well. Nixon, Streets, Pettit, Modesty. Guys showing speed. Do any have the speed of Andrew Fahrenheit? We're going to find out. Pace car is down once again into the restart zone. They will come. The 84 will lead the field back into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air, and it's another really incredible jump for the leader. So get out to a 3-4 car length lead over the now battle for second between Herman and Lee Robinson. Herman drives forward. He'll take second for the first time tonight. It'll demote Robinson to third. For now, as Tyler Bentley will try to get that spot from him. Streets up to fourth, Streets up to fifth, Nixon is sixth. Now we start looking for some battles. And the first one, Stoney Benfield into the top 10 around Karakoff and continuing an impressive drive to the front with a 75. The faster Pastor's back in the field, and he's got a rocket ship so far tonight. Really impressive run by Benfield so far in his return to the series. Casey Pfeiffer will try to follow him through the Pennzoil Chevrolet, but Karakoff not going to go away easily on the outside. 92 laps to go from Las Vegas. Big, wide, arcing drive to the inside for Benfield. Can he hold the spot? Can he slide on the nose? Going to be tight. Is he going to give him the spot? No, he's not. Benfield, a little bit more cutthroat that time, taking the spot. Benfield will continue his drive forward. He's 10. Casey Pfeiffer will now try to fend off Stephen Luttrell, who runs back here in 13th. And don't look now, Christian Strader is on the move. Up 9 spots on the race start already, and looking for more. The Goodwrench Chevrolet continues his resurgence to the front. So he'll get a nice drive off turn number 2. He'll go to the outside of the Brad Young machine, the 89. Travis Butt will dive to the inside of Strader, and Strader's going to put it in the middle. Christian Strader, big daring move to the inside of Bourbon, here to the outside of Travis Butt, and Christian Strader, the Season 2 champ, looking as polished as ever right now on lap number 45. 90 laps to go. Strader on the outside of this 3-wide battle for what is now the 15th position. Look at Strader ring the outside. Travis Butt slides across the nose of Brad Young. Really impressive racing right here from these three. Strader drives across the nose of Butt there, and Strader's up to 15th. Christian Strader is on a mission right now. Karakoff is under fire from Casey Pfeiffer. I don't think anything is happening up towards the front right now. Closest battle is going to be for fourth between Bentley and Streets, as Pfeiffer goes back to the inside of Karakoff for the 11th position. Behind them is singled out once again. Strader will look to the inside of Mulligani. These are two really fast race cars. Strader goes to the bottom now, rings the white line, taking the shorter way, going to try to use Stephen Luttrell potentially as a pick on Mulligani. Will it work? Yes, it will. And he'll get 2 for 1. Strader's to 13th. But trying to follow him through. He's 16th. He wants 15th. He may get 15th and 14th. Strader, this is an impressive drive back to the front. Around Pfeiffer, that's for 12th. Next up, Matthew Karakoff. But still working on Luttrell. That is for 14th. As Carlson watches on behind that battle. Christian Strader, we're going to keep it here for a moment because an impressive drive to the front is underway right now for one of the fastest cars on the Speedway that had problems on our first caution flag on pit road. Strader, Karakoff, they will battle momentarily for 11th. Strader to the white line. This is for the position. And the Goodwrench Chevrolet, can he get to the left rear quarter? Can he drive alongside the 20? He can. Strader for 11th. Karakoff still maintaining about a nose worth of an advantage. But Strader likely going to drive by him here on the inside the entry of turn number 1. He will. Goodness, I mean, this is otherworldly, although he's going to give a lot of space to Karakoff right here off turn number 2. But he will have a little bit more entry speed, and I believe will now be able to slide up as Karakoff's going to go to the fence. I don't know if he's going to be able to drive it off the fence that early. He will not. Strader to 11th. Up 15 positions in 5 laps. Karakoff drives back to him off the fence. But Strader now going to put his sights forward on Benfield in the top 10. Karakoff under fire from Pfeiffer, but he'll hold that spot for now. Mulligani in the wall. Out back along with Hunter Carlson as Mulligani got squeezed by Travis Butt to the outside retaining wall, but no harm, no foul, and everybody is still moving the right direction. Still not much dice up front. A bit of a battle starting here between Pettit and Nixon, and actually we picked the perfect time to look at it. Nixon has 6th, Pettit wants it. As they will race side by side on the Nellis straightaway, but now the top lane is already starting to form and come in as Nixon fends off the 46 for a moment. This is for 6th. Rusty Modesty right now is the 3rd car in this battle. As Tim Henderson tries to drive back to these guys, Strader is starting to close the gap on Benfield out back. Really good racing right now at Las Vegas. 83 laps to go. To the bottom goes Pettit. He's going to try to clear up. This time got a really nice run on the bottom. Nixon has to drive it off the fence, and as such, they had to goose it just a little bit on exit there. Has to give up the spot. Now is under fire for 7th from Rusty Modesty. Nixon all the way up in Kyle Larson territory, the high rent district. For the 92 right now, it'll allow him to drive back alongside Rusty Modesty, but one of the first now to jump up there in this run. Look at how high up. I mean, I'm not even used to guys running this high up at Vegas, period. Let alone in this car, but look at the drive off it gives Nixon. It really benefits his exit speed. And out back, we got a kerfuffle going on back here around Travis Butt. Butt is 13th. Carlson wants that spot, and Butt's in the wall. Gonna have to drive it off the fence. Gonna have to try not to collect anybody. Gonna have to try to hook a left off the wall, and he will do so. Really nice work. Unfortunate circumstances, but nice work nonetheless for Travis Butt. That kind of separates that battle as well. Shane Posey plus 19 on the night. He's trying for 18th on Ryan Peters, 17th, excuse me, on Ryan Peters. As these two continue to duke it out, the Nitro Martin Sports Pontiac Grand Prix, a former teammate, or a current teammate, I would say, of Mulligani and Tyler Bentley. As this is a nose-to-tail battle right here for 17th. We're going to check in, though, on the battle for 10th. And it is Christian Schrader again. And this is one of the more impressive drives that I have seen in a very long time. Is he burning the tires? Absolutely he is. But in the quest for track position, I mean, he's making it look easy. Stoney Benfield, last time by, was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Who was he slower than, you might ask? Christian Schrader. The leader, Andrew Fahrenheiser's ran a 32.27. Christian Schrader ran a 31.88. He is 4/10 quicker than the leader. Battle in front of him. Rusty Modesty, Nathan Nixon, Tim Henderson, and soon to be Christian Schrader. Lee Robinson has taken second from Dustin Herman. Tyler Bentley is looking for third on Dustin Herman. Cream rising to the top at Las Vegas. This is a good battle right here. Modesty, Nixon. Battle for 7th. Nixon still running the fence now. Henderson's going to drive to the bottom. Really fun racing, but they better not look in the mirror because that 29 is getting bigger and bigger out back. Oh, Nixon in the wall off turn 2. Schrader has to dive out of the way. He'll get 9th from Nixon. He'll drive off turn 4 and try to get 8th from Henderson as we continue to follow an incredibly impressive drive to the front from the Season 2 champion of this series. He's earning the name right now. Schrader wraps the bottom. So does Henderson. As we approach the lap 60 mark, the lap's going by in a hurry, so Schrader's got to start to make some quick work, but so far doing a good job not losing a ton of time to the leader either. He'll look to the bottom. Christian Schrader for 8th on Henderson. This one's going to be a little bit tougher. Further up you go, the tougher the passes get. Schrader, half a car length in front. Fender's worth of almost being clear up to the wall on entry. He will get the spot. Henderson's in the wall. He drives it off. Can he save the car? He can. I mean, this is otherworldly stuff from Christian Schrader right now. Check lap times again. Schrader has come back to earth with the leader a little bit, but in terms of the cars in front of him, he's 3/10 faster. Schrader continues to drive his way to the front of the field. And don't look now, but the battle may be on very shortly here for second. And it has been a while since I've been able to say this. Actually, I'll save that for later. But Tyler Bentley has driven to the back of the 06 as Schrader looks for 7th on Modesty. Bentley for 2nd. Tyler Bentley, will he clear Robinson? Not quite. They'll drag race here off the front stretch and down towards the start-finish line. Bentley wants the spot that Robinson currently possesses. And off into turn 1. Will Bentley be able to drive clear of the 06? Yes. Will Robinson be able to fend off and get back to him? Bentley's going to run him up. No cigar. Bentley to 2nd, and he will set sights now on the leader. out back. Strader continues to be one of the fastest cars on the Speedway as Bentley starts to set his sights on Andrew Farrenhires. Big wiggle from Streets. Strader closing the gap for 6th. He'll drive right to the bottom of the racetrack. Look at this middle of the corner speed. At this point in the run, we're on almost lap 20 of a run, ladies and gentlemen, and these cars, they're not easy on tires. And Strader certainly is not being easy on tires. And he is just making it look like a video game right now. Streets running that higher line. Strader on the bottom. Streets will put up a little bit more of a fight. But look at Strader's almost already clear. Battles up in front of these guys as well. And Strader drives to 6th. He's going to be to the leaders here potentially before the pit stop. And that's Brent Elmore that will go a lap down. Rusty Modesty starting to move forward as well. He's 8th. And trying to come a little bit closer to the front of the field. Hunter Carlson is recovered to 11th. And Modesty actually will start a pit cycle. Modesty, Malugani, Binfield, all coming to pit road. Greg Bourbon here was already on pit road. Doug Johnson as well. And the cycle is underway. Oh, man, Isaac Ortiz really struggling here in front of the leader. He will go to the bottom. Will the leader come to pit road? Does not appear that way. Farrenhires will stay on the racetrack as Bentley tries to track him down. Couple more cars on pit road. Robinson, Herman, Pettit, Street, Nixon. All on pit road on lap 66. Farrenhires continues to lead, but Bentley is tracking him down. It's little by little. It's not a lot at a time. But it is absolutely occurring. And Farrenhires going to dive late off the Speedway. And Bentley will mirror him. They try to gain some time on pit entry. Farrenhires, Bentley, Fitzmaurice this time by. Henderson as well. And Christian Strader completes the drive back to the race lead. So Christian Strader, the Goodwrench Chevrolet, leads once again. Well, actually, has not led yet tonight. This is the first time leading laps as Farrenhires give up the lead on pit road. Hunter Carlson, Eldred, Morrow, Posey, Butt, Fitzmaurice, Puff, and Meadows, the cars that stay out. Strader will go one more. Carlson will also go one more, as will Cody Eldred. Jeremy Morrow will bring the SM Racing Taurus to pit road. Travis Butt, Shane Posey, Jimmy Fitzmaurice all staying out. Chad Meadows, Brian Elmore. A lot of cars staying on the Speedway and running this one long. Strader, I think, has a few extra laps. I think he pit on the last caution, which would put him a few laps better in terms of when he has to come to pit road and actually a little bit off cycle from the leaders. So he and maybe even Carlson, maybe even Eldred as well, all maybe on this off strategy, as all three are still on the Speedway. Butt's going to come to pit road. Trying not to spin the car, but he will drop to pit road. Bit of a kerfuffle here around Posey and Fitzmaurice. This guy's on new tires, past guys on old tires. And Strader, Carlson, Eldred, Posey, Fitzmaurice, Meadows, Puff, now the only cars remaining on the Speedway. And Strader will stay out there again. Farrenhires did not gain much on Tyler Bentley on pit road, about maybe 0.3. Bentley stays within a second and 0.6, 1.6, 1.7 the gap between the two. Well, it's going to be the leaders provisionally after this pit cycle. But Christian Strader continues to lead the way right now as we are already past halfway. Strader will continue to lead. Farrenhires is about to unlap himself, though, so Strader, you got to think about bringing it down here pretty quick, because there goes the provisional leader around you. So now, granted, it will be about a 5 to 6 lap tire advantage for Strader, but he will have to bring that car to pit road to avoid losing a ton of track position. Let's see if he does it right here. He will do so. Christian Strader got a penalty earlier. Be careful. He will get down to pit speed and will pit on lap 72. Carlson now leads. Eldred will cede his position on the speedway as well. Alex Green also. As Carlson's holding up a couple lead lap cars here. Carlson got to be careful as the leaders come around him, but a caution flag comes out. Right as the leaders, some of them were on pit road. And this is another one where I'm not exactly sure what happened here. And I don't think there's going to be much way to tell. Another self-spin, it appears, on the pit cycle. Oh, maybe it was right here. Nope. Nope, one right there. This actually gives us a nice bird's eye view of the racetrack, but I'm not seeing anything out of shape on the racetrack either, so another apparent, probably a half spin off pit road or a half spin onto pit road has brought the caution flag out. And that's going to be unfortunate for Hunter Carlson, who's going to be one of the last ones on pit road and lose a ton of track position, as well as Chad Meadows and Alex Green. It will be incredibly fortunate. Well, actually, several of the leaders are going to come to pit road. So actually, it may be pretty fortunate for Hunter Carlson here, as a bunch of the lead lap cars are going to cycle back to pit road. And who's that going to be really fortunate for? Christian Strader, who just came off pit road and will now cycle forward to the race lead. So 60 laps to go. Next time by, and Strader now for the first time tonight leads. Well, leads not on a pit cycle, obviously, with Farrenayers and Farrenayers and Bentley and them coming to pit road. And so a bunch of cars will cycle back to the lead lap. You see them all in front of the leader, Strader, here. They'll come back around when we get back to the start-finish line. And for Strader and Carlson, this could not have gone much better. I thought it was bad because I thought Farrenayers for sure was going to keep a lot of those lead lap cars on the racetrack. And now getting information on the caution. We'll check that in a second. But I thought for sure that the 84 and company were going to stay on the speedway and that Strader and Carlson were going to get kind of buried in traffic because of where they pit. But in fact, they cycle out front because Farrenayers and company, they all come down pit road. Let's try to take a look really quickly at the caution flag, and it's the 52 of Tim Henderson, who was having a really good run tonight. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see what actually brought the caution out. So, unfortunately, just not rendering for whatever reason. Oh, there it was, the tail end as he spun on the front stretch. So, there's your answer. The 52 of Henderson spins to bring out our fourth caution of the night. As Strader leads with 60 laps to go. It's Carlson, Green, your top three. Then the rest of the lead lap guys that have already come down pit road that came down pit road earlier in the run that did not get the virtue of coming down under caution. Farrenayers will restart fourth. Bentley will restart fifth. Herman sixth. Robinson seventh. Modesty eighth. Malagani in ninth. And Pettit in position number 10. Ryan Peters up to 11th. As we will restart with 58 laps to go. And a very familiar sight here. Strader Carlson front row. As mentioned in the chat. Been a bit of a minute since these two teammates shared the front row in a race here on a Thursday night. They will do so again once more on this restart with 58 to go. You will see all the cars in front of the leaders cycle back around the pace car and cede to our leaders here, and we will double back up and go back green on lap 77. So we will get back under the green flag on another race start. Strader, Carlson, Farrenhires, Green, Herman, Bentley, Robinson, Modesty, Meadows, and Mulligani. Your top 10. So for Strader, Carlson, Green, and Meadows, Mulligani, this turned out really well for them. They gained a lot of track position. And they're going to be able to maintain it, hopefully, here on this race start. Everything goes their way. This is a very interesting looking starting order. Up towards the front, but hopefully everybody gets it sorted out. Back in the tail end of the field. Pace cars down. Strader leads his first restart of the night. Green flag will go back in the air. It is 68 laps to go, or 58 laps to go. Really good start for Strader, and Farrenhires immediately for second, and Strader now. How hard will the 84 run to try to get around the 29? He's already through to second. Now how hard will he race to try to get around Strader? And where did Tyler Bentley go? Problems here for Bentley. He got the wall on the exit of turn 2. And now some right front damage aboard that 55 machine. As he will drop to 7th and now 3+ seconds behind the leader. Battle for the lead is on. Here comes Farrenhires around the outside of Strader. Can he get to his right rear? He can. For the lead, here comes the 84. Hermine will try to follow him through to second. I don't know if he'll get that spot. Battle for the lead in turn 3. Strader, how hard do you race him here if you're the 29? Do you try everything you can to stay in front of him, or do you just lend him the spot? For now, he's going to choose option number 2. New leader again, it's Andrew Farrenhires. What an incredible run it is for him so far. He's led almost every lap of the 79 we've run at a green so far. And he will start to pull away from Christian Strader. Herman, Carlson, Robinson settle nicely into the top 5. It's Modesty 6th. With Bentley clear back here in 7th, car on the wall. Casey Pfeiffer. Everybody gets by okay, and we stay green. Again, Bentley 7th. He's going to try to gain some time now. Adam Pettit is 8th, Richard Mulligani is 9th, and Nathan Nixon is 10th. But boy, does he have a fun crowd behind him here. Nathan Nixon is 10th. He's got a hornet's nest out back of this machine. So 92 will try to fend off Garrett Streets, Ryan Peters, Shane Posey and company here off turn 4, 54 laps to go for the leaders. Nixon will start to drive away from that battle. Now it's Streets trying to hold off these cars as they've mostly singled out. Battles on for 14th between Benfield and Meadows. Benfield will pretty easily, for now, take that spot as Rick Sanchez tries to follow him through. Not a lot really doing up front right now. Well, there is actually a little bit doing. Christian Strader is currently hanging with the race leader, Andrew Farrenhires, right now. As he is only a car length back, the battle for the lead. So many notable, memorable battles in the history of this series, and one now perhaps starting to take shape with just over 50 laps to go. A pit stop still to be made, at least one if not two. And the battle could very well be on between Farrenhires, the newcomer, Strader, the battle-tested veteran. They are running in each other's tire tracks right now on lap 83. Herman watching on from third. And he's not losing a ton of time. Dustin Herman. Can he enter this battle for the lead? He's only 6/10 back. Strader going to lean out. Trying to get some clean air. Trying to maintain his standing, but that second line, holy cow, it got a nice drive through 1 and 2. And Strader either was in dirty air or was just having some problems controlling the car down on the bottom of the racetrack. Carlson and Robinson, this is for 4th. Robinson to the bottom of Carlson. Battle rages on up front. Tyler Bentley is starting to lose some time. That damage is hurting the 55 right now. At one point, last run looked like he might be the fastest car on track. Not really looking the case so far. They will continue to battle as we're inside of 50 laps to go already, ladies and gentlemen. 49 laps to go from Las Vegas. Robinson trying to drive all across the nose of Carlson. Not going to happen. Runs out of room and has to stab the brake. And Carlson will try to maintain the spot. Really good battle here for 4th. Into turn 3. Robinson on the inside. Carlson still maintaining the second seam up on the outside. Strader has fallen off the leader now into the hands of Dustin Herman. They will try to drive past him for second momentarily. As Carlson continues to try to fend off Lee Robinson. He might do it right here finally, and he will. That was an intense battle between these two. Battle back here again between Meadows and Benfield, as this will be for 13th. Benfield, good run for the faster pastor, but will give that spot to Meadows, and now may give another here to Cody Eldred, who wants 14th. And will Eldred slide across? He will. Benfield going the wrong way a little bit. Rick Sanchez up to 16th. Chris Puff is a lap down. He's trying to work his way, knife his way through this lead lap traffic. As Travis Butt and Stephen Luttrell battle behind him. This is, again, another big wad of cars. In behind our race leaders. Battle is back on for 4th. Robinson and Carlson are going to duke it out again. Robinson this time has the better line on the outside. And they are still drag racing. This has been a 10-lap battle almost. Carlson trying to hang on. Robinson trying to get past, and he may finally get the best of Carlson this time by, and he will. Robinson back to 4th. Carlson again will settle into 5th. The battle for 2nd is heating up. Was heating up between Strader and Herman. Seemingly that battle has now cooled off. Herman going to move up, going to try to find some speed. Nothing doing right there. Big battle back here around Nathan Nixon as he tries to hold off Garrett Streets. That battle fizzles as soon as it starts. Now we've kind of reached a point in the race where there are not a ton of lead lap battles for position as of this current moment. Best battle on the Speedway is going to be the continuing battle for 2nd and on back. As Herman now getting run down by Lee Robinson and Hunter Carlson for 3rd. And this is kind of the best look on the racetrack, and Robinson's now moved into the penthouse up there on the safer barrier, and well, he tried it once. It did not really work. And he comes back down closer to where these other guys are running here in 3 and 4. So Robinson trying to get around Herman for the 3rd position as he came off a good run last week. Lee Robinson came up just short last week at Daytona. I'll tell you exactly where he came home. Well, actually, as I'm looking through the points, so my apologies here. Lee Robinson ended up 17th last week, but it doesn't really state the run that he had as he ran up front, led a bunch of laps, and just got caught up in a couple things late. An unfortunate break for Robinson, but doing just as well this week and now in a very good position to potentially profit off of a really nice run, a third-place effort in week number 2, which shoot him up the point standings. Strader has now jumped to the fence as he tries to gain ground on Farrenayers. He's trying to do everything he can. Now he goes right back to the bottom. So much for that. Armand to the fence. Robinson got by him for 3rd. Carlson going to try to get by him for 4th. And then again, we've kind of reached a bit of a lull where there's not a ton of lead lap battles on the Speedway right now, as we're inside of 40 laps to go. Oh my goodness, excuse me. We're inside of 40 laps to go. Oh, big slide for Herman. Another one there on exit, as he really struggles with the handling of his race car. Carlson will look to the inside, but Herman a bit more of the dominant line on the top side. So he's going to try to hang on. Ooh, boy. That thing is way out of control for Herman right now. He's trying to hang on. Strader starting to cut into the lead of Farrenayers just a tad, not a ton, but a little bit. But this continues to be one of the best battles on the racetrack, as Carlson and Herman duke it out for the 4th spot. Now they both go to the bottom. It's a game of guessing lines, much like you saw in the Cup Series at Vegas twice this year, the NASCAR Cup Series. It's a game of guessing the next guy's line. Where's he going to run? Is he going to run on the fence? Is he going to run on the bottom? And right now, these guys are playing chess with each other, trying to figure out where the next guy is going to go. Both these guys are out of control, trying to get by one another. Herman goes to the wall. Carlson back to the bottom. Big slide for the 32, and Herman now has some breathing room. Not a ton of battles. Battle back here for 12th potentially starting to form. As Nixon and Eldred will battle for this spot. Eldred is 13th. He wants 12th. Chad Meadows is up to 11th. Really nice run working for the National Guard Chevrolet right now, as we've ticked triple digits on and off the board here in Las Vegas. The leader Farrenayers just ticking off lap 100 of this race. So we go back to the drone cam. And as we reach this latter stage, and now if they can make it to about lap 110, I think they are done pitting for the night. If not, I think they'll have to bring it back another time to pit once more. We're going to kind of start to look through the field for some battles. Jeremy Morrow, Travis Butt, they'll go at it for 14th. The battle's not going to take very long, and Butt will drive on by. Luttrell will try to drive by for 15th. Lee Robinson trying to run down the leaders. Strader running down Farrenayers. Robinson running down Strader. We might have a 3-car battle for the lead very soon at Las Vegas, as we really entered that lull period of the race now, where at this point we're kind of just waiting for the pit stop to happen and kind of seeing how the leader handles lap traffic. Now Strader's able to cut away into the gap, how much he's able to chop out before this pit stop. And then who throws a strategy curveball? Aaron leads by 1.1 seconds over Christian Strader. I know it's saying all those cars fourth on back are out, but they're not. The lead cars are starting to come to pit road, so they are going to have to pit twice. Luttrell, Morrow, Kosher, Maligani all on pit road. Pit cycle underway for the second to last time tonight. We'll have one more after this. Now, I'll be curious on that last pit stop inside of 10 laps to go. If anybody gambles, either tries to make it on this one, save some fuel, and just ride around, coast. Elmore, Butt, Herman, also on pit road. I'll be curious to see who tries to coast and make it, and who just says, I'm just going to pit, who says maybe I'm going to take no tires. Just try to, again, nurse it around, a way faster pit stop. The further these leaders go, the closer they're going to get to being able to make it all the way home here without another pit stop. Obviously for Andrew Farrenhires, that's what he's hoping for. As a few more cars are on pit road. Meadows, Elmore, Fitzmaurice, Eldred, maybe. Nope, still on the racetrack. Lee Robinson comes to pit road. He'll see third. We'll wait a few of the leaders here to make one of their last pit stops of the night. As Farrenhires hits the line, it's 28 to go, and now we're approaching the range at which he could theoretically make it. As Christian Strader brings the good wrench Chevy to pit road. Carlson, Modesty, Posey, Eldred. The only two cars left out, Farrenhires and Tyler Bentley. Farrenhires come to pit road. His car's behind him Does he match him? Oh, man, he will, but he is awfully hot on pit entry. That's going to be close. Oh, man, that's going to be close to pit speed limit at the line. We're going to follow this pit stop because potential major end-of-race ramifications if the 84 just incurred a speeding penalty. We'll wait the long drive down pit road and see if he did incur that penalty. We'll also wait to see if Strader is able to drive around the 84 on this pit stop. Right side up and down. Left side up. Let's see if he drives off when the car drops off the jack. He does. And Farrenhires, for now, is going to maintain the lead by pitting a few laps later. Now, notably, tire advantage to the guys running second. Will they pass him? Oh boy, it's going to be close. Here we go. Battle for the lead. Robinson and Malugani going to overtake the 84. Oh, contact! Oh, no! Oh, man, the race just flashed before the eyes of Farrenhires right there, and Maligani's not going to give this up easy, and Robinson now is going to try to fade into the sunset. Lee Robinson, a powerful pit stop. He goes to the lead with 26 to go. Now, for Farrenhires, my question will be, does he try to gamble, or does he just pit when the tank runs close to empty? As Strader is on his bumper as well. Saving is out the window, folks. This is the battle for the win at Las Vegas. You are no longer saving a ton of tire. You are going. It's go time. If you want any shot at winning this race, you got to go, and you got to go now. Robinson driving some of his best laps of the night with 25 to go. Going to try everything he can to hang on to this spot. Alex Green will go a lap down. Robinson will have to alter his entry with Green running along the white line. The 84 will go to the bottom. Will the 3 become a pick? He will a little bit. It alters the 84's exit. And Strader starting to drive into this battle. Robinson by 3 car lengths over Farrenhires and Strader with 24 to go. You got to get defensive here if you're Lee Robinson. You try to put your opponent in dirty air. You try to make him take the worst line. You try to pinch him. You try to get him to stab the brakes. You do whatever you can if you're Robinson to make him make a mistake, and that's exactly what the 06 is going to do. To the inside, Fahrenheiser's for the lead. Caution flag. And that changes everything. As Isaac Ortiz is involved in this one. Over in turn 1, right in front of the leaders. What happens here to Ortiz? Oh man, that right front's already broken. Does it break here on the exit of 4? Oh, it's already been broken. Oh my. Something happens right here. Tries to get on the apron. Oh, it snaps that car out of shape. Big hit. Oh, and Brian Elmore. He gets the wall as well. This is right in front of the leaders. As these cars get out of shape. Let's go over here to Brian Elmore as well. Oh, man. Oh, big hit for Elmore. He packs into the outside wall. These guys dive out of the way. Boy. Yes, Isaac Ortiz, he got on the apron, and that right front is already kind of broken on this car. Watch as he taps the apron right here, and it just shoots that car to the left, and he corrects back to his right, collects Elmore as he comes off the wall. And it brings out a caution flag. Lee Robinson, for now, maintains the lead, and that is a big deal because now, with what's going to be less than 20 to go, we're going to see Robinson have control of the start, and that is crucial because he can go the second they hit that blue paint. Oh, but Robinson's going to get faked, and now he fakes last second. Was trying to draw the leaders onto pit road and fake out the cars behind him, but nobody bites. Everybody stays on the racetrack. And again, crucial because when we get to the blue paint of the restart zone, Robinson can throttle down and go. And we've seen all night, we saw all week last week as well, that the guy controlling the start tended to get a really good jump. Now, to be fair, Andrew Fahrenheiser's has been the fastest car on short runs all night. So Robinson's going to have to get a world-beating restart, likely to hold off the 84 for very long. But if we were to get another caution quickly, another couple quickly, there's a chance that perhaps Robinson could get into the window of 10 laps to go, 8 laps to go, and only have to get a moderately good restart. Or if he gets a world-beating restart, he can drive away into the sunset of his first career win. Christian Strader runs in third. That's notable because Strader's been good tonight as well. And if these leaders were to start to rough it up, Strader is in prime position to capitalize. Cody Morgan, plus 32. Where did he come from? He's fourth on the Speedway right now. Haven't heard his name much tonight, but he's in contention. Adam Pettit is fifth. Richard Maligani is sixth. Rick Sanchez, great run for him, he's seventh. Dustin Herman, eighth. Hunter Carlson, ninth. Rusty Modesty is 10th. 1 to go. You're going to go back green with 19 laps remaining. Robinson, you're playing this situation in your head all night, all the time. If you're a race car driver, you have control of a late restart. You know the guy starting to your outside or inside given is faster, and you're playing out how do I get the biggest advantage possible when this race goes back green and Robinson drives into turn 1. Because with only 19 to go, if you can hold him off a couple times and fend off a couple of these advances, it might be enough to get to victory lane. And he do so. Robinson, Baranayers, Strader, Morgan, Pettit, Malugani, Herman, Sanchez. Bentley looms just outside the top 10. Who will get the job done in the Sin City? Pace car is down as the sun starts to set. Lee Robinson, how good of a start can he get? Into the Geico restart zone, the 06 has control. He goes a little bit late. He gets a decent jump, and we're back under green. And the best thing he can hope for now is that Strader makes Baranayer's life hard here in turns 1 and 2. Strader to the inside of the 84. Can he get anything here? Can he get to his inside? Strader, he's trying, but he can't. And Baranayer's quickly to the back bumper of the 06, and now the chess match begins. 19 to go. Robinson going to drive right to the bottom, right to the white line, the defensive line for Lee Robinson. 18 to go at the line. Baranayer, Strader in close pursuit. 18 to go. Car on the wall towards the back end of this lead pack, and the caution flag is out. And it is Travis Butt has gone sideways and has brought out the caution flag. Oh my. This happens way towards the back. And it's Fitzmaurice, Morrow, Butt, 3 wide. And what happens here? Oh, Casey Pfeiffer out of shape, the 87, right in front of Travis Butt. Travis trying to slow up and has to jump up. Then he gets loose trying to get off the corner. And then Jeremy Morrow gets turned up into the outside wall by Jimmy Fitzmaurice. And Travis Butt is going to slide sideways. Tim Henderson and Brian Elmore get together in this as well. So another multi-car accident. Bit of a tough hit there for Travis Butt. So this is kind of 2 incidents at once. The Pfeiffer and Travis Butt incident is a little bit different than the Morrow and Jimmy Fitzmaurice incident, although connected. Not really causing each other here. Well, yeah, no, they do. Butt kind of forces Morrow to jump up in a bit of a reactionary move, and Fitzmaurice is there. He comes across his nose. And Morrow, and then you see Henderson get turned by Elmore out back. And Butt goes for a slide. You'll see here on the exit of turn number 4, you see Pfeiffer getting on the apron. Butt has to kind of react. He has to move, and Morrow then has to move because of the 24, and they all run out of space. Morrow gets the brunt. Fitzmaurice in it as well, and then as Travis Butt tries to make the save, he's going to go sideways here in front of the 87 and tank slap the outside wall. That's what puts us under another caution flag. 6th of the night. And again, another, and this is kind of what I was talking about. So under the last caution, I said as these start to happen, as we get later, the laps tick down, Baranayers is going to have less time to make it happen here on Robinson. Robinson's just going to be able to get a really good restart, and it may very well win him the race. The three of the fastest cars are 1, 2, 3. Tyler Bentley is one of the fastest. He's 13th. Not necessarily out of it yet as Bentley, but he's got some work to do. Bentley's going to have to kind of hope this one goes green. Because I think if it doesn't go green, then Bentley is probably not going to have enough time to make up positions. He's going to have to make them up quickly. So to be inside of 15 laps to go, it's actually 15 to go right now. It'll be 13 to go when we go back green. Not a lot of laps at all. We're into the sprint race portion of this one. We get the one to go signal here this time by. Again, want to thank everybody for coming out. And going live now is the PGR eSports Fall Brawl from Talladega Super Speedway on our channel here. So when this race concludes, click over and check out the Fall Brawl, the Gen 6 cars from Talladega. That race about to get underway momentarily, but still business to be attended to here in Las Vegas. Robinson, Fahrenheit, Strader, Pettit, Mulligani, your top five. Then Herman, Morgan, Carlson, Modesty, Nixon. Obviously, you got to watch the three at the front. Got to watch Dustin Herman. Richard Mulligani's been fast tonight. Modesty's been fast tonight. Tyler Bentley will line up 13th. And if he can gain some spots right here, if he gets another caution, he's very much going to be in this race. As he was one of the only cars that could run down the 84 earlier on in the night. I'm also beginning to question whether or not we're going to have the lights come on here at Las Vegas. It's starting to get a little bit dark around this mile-and-a-half speedway, but only 13 to go, so hopefully we kind of get through it and the lights don't come on. We get into a bit of an overtime fest here. It's going to get to be really interesting on driver visibility. We've got it as bright as it can get, by the way. The drivers probably don't see it this bright. 13 laps to go. Lee Robinson again looking for a good restart. Does he go a little earlier? He does. Lee Robinson gets on the gas early. Fahrenheit to the inside, green flag, and it's a car length lead headed to one. 13 laps to go at Las Vegas. Robinson into one. Strader in tow, and the rest of the field behind them. Robinson works his way up. He walked too far up the speedway, and now here comes the battle for the lead. Fahrenheit's on the inside. Strader, where does he go? He goes to the top side. He's going to try to follow the 06 and arc this turn 3 and 4 as Robinson tries everything he can to drive alongside the 84, and a really nice drive, but can he stick it? He can for now. Drag race for the lead to Strader, look bottom 3. 12 laps to go. Robinson going to have to replicate that again here on the outside of 1 and 2. Fahrenheit's running up. Strader's going to try to look to the bottom here. Fahrenheit's trying to look for the lead. Robinson going to get squeezed. They're both going to slide sideways. Out back, Mulligani in the wall. Nothing doing there. Robinson going to go to the fence. Way higher than he should have been right there, and Fahrenheit drives to the lead. Strader going to try to drive to second. This one is not over. Christian Strader has come through to second. Can he complete the most heroic comeback we've seen in this series? At one point, 32nd earlier in the race, and now just one spot short of a victory. 11 to go. Adam Pettit here as well in the 46. Can anyone drive past the 84? And trouble out back. Nathan Nixon gets pounded. Trouble Bentley upside down, flipping end over end, side over side as they enter the back straightaway, and they are still wrecking out back. As Tyler Bentley flipping down the backstretch. So this was back here around Cody Morgan and Stoney Benfield as Bentley. Does he just get loose? Oh, it's up in front of him. It's Nixon. And Bentley, oh my goodness. Tyler Bentley got jacked up by Garrett Streets. And up and over goes to 55. So it actually starts up in front of him. We're going to have to go high above this because way too much going on to try to see everything. So watch up ahead. It's actually going to be Nathan Nixon where this one starts. Ooh, big contact there from the 33 of Garrett Streets. As Nathan Nixon slides. And Street's going to actually push him all the way around. Here comes Mulligani into the wreck. Here comes Modesty. He's going to get a piece of it in the 5. There you see Bentley. You'll see him go over here in a second. But who else gets involved? Cody Morgan. Chad Meadows, I think, got a piece of it there at the end. And they wreck big out back behind this, too. With Andrew Schroeder and others. Nathan Nixon actually gets really lucky here. Oh, or does he? As he's the one who got pounded by Schroeder. And Brent Elmore. As Brad Young tries to Lightning McQueen his way through it. He's not going to be able to. Brad Young's in it also. This was a big wreck. See right there's the contact, and here come the cars elsewhere along the backstretch. You see Bentley get jacked up, and then you're going to see Schroeder come in. Oh, man. Big hit for Schroeder, Brad Young. As it was Tyler Bentley. They got up and over at the end of the back straightaway. Oh, man. Big hit. Couple of them there. Meadows gets into Bentley. For Bentley pounded the inside wall. Going to go on board here with Tyler Bentley. Show you what he saw. Here we go. It's going to be a fun one. You're on board the 55. Oh, man. Wild ride there for Bentley. Puts us under another caution, another late one at that. And sends us now into single digits in terms of laps left to go. So Andrew Farrenayers will try to finish this one off. But now, a bit more experience to his outside on the restart. That'll be Christian Strader. Adam Pettit will be 3rd. Dustin Herman 4th. Hunter Carlson in 5th. Rusty Modesty 6th. Shane Posey 7th. Stoney Benfield 8th. Rick Sanchez 9th. And Chad Meadows 10th. We're going to restart with 6 laps to go, and now is a perfect time, I think, to remind you, or to inform you, rather, of our overtimes. We'll have 2 attempts at a green-white checker, not 3. I said 3 last week. It is 2. So on that first one, if we get a caution in the first lap, we just re-rack. The second one, if we get a caution, the race is over. That is for any caution inside of 5 laps to go. Obviously now, if we get a caution here on this first lap of this restart, it'll be an organic green-white checker, not an attempt. Here we go. Farrenayers going to try to finish this off. Strader going to try to keep him from doing so. Pettit, Herman, Carlson, Modesty, and the rest of the field trying to play some spoiler. I don't know if anybody has anything for these top 2. We'll see. Tires a little bit older now, so I wonder how that'll affect things. Will there be any beating and banging? Normal for Strader, but who knows what'll happen in the last 6 laps of this one. Potentially a tall task for the race leader. He will be asked to now once again make another restart. This time he'll be the control car. And if you're Christian Strader, you're hoping to meet him at the punch here in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. We're back racing. 6 laps to go at Las Vegas, and it is a really nice start for the 84 Fahrenheiters. And that may be all she wrote as long as there's not a caution out back. Fahrenheiters into 1, 3 wide out back. About 10 rows deep in the field. And Fahrenheiters is pulling away. Will they get away without a caution? Still 3 wide back around Lee Robinson. Battle is going to be for second between Strader and Pettit for the time being. Herman Carlson in that battle as well. 5 laps to go from Las Vegas. Herman, top to bottom, 3 wide. 3 wide for second. Herman shoots through the gap. But I don't know if he has the time. Strader out of shape. Big save by the 29. But the caution flag is out. And they're wrecking again out back. Oh, they're wrecking right now. Brian Elmore. Wrecked even further back here. I'm not exactly sure where this one happened. We'll look back here, but I don't see a wreck. Oh, there it is. Is that Casey Pfeiffer? Oh. Yeah, it was. Right here around Lee Robinson. And, ooh, some contact there from the 06 to the 87. And Pfeiffer, that's what brings out the caution. And then obviously Elmore had problems as well. You see the contact right here on entry, right there. The 06 in the back of these 87, and Pfeiffer gets out of shape. We'll watch one more angle, then we'll go watch what happened to Brian Elmore. These guys race back around the 15th position, and there's a little bit of contact gone wrong. 06 drove in a little bit deeper, and unfortunately there 87 backed up the corner more than Lee had anticipated, and Elmore gets a piece of Sean Kozier, gets on the apron, and just car gets out from under him here on the backstretch, and he goes for a long slide down the Nellis straightaway and gets into the inside wall. I saw that one happen live. We'll watch one more angle of that, and then we'll go back to live action to get you ready for an overtime race start. You'll see the wreck start up in front with Robinson and Pfeiffer, and then you'll see Elmore get in the door of Sean Kozier right there. And he clips the apron, and when he comes back up, this car is out of control. And a prolonged slide down the backstretch for a light tap of the wall right there. So Elmore, Pfeiffer, Robinson involved in our 8th caution of the night, and that will send us into overtime. As we get ready to go for an overtime restart, and another new competitor here for Fahrenheiters, it's Dustin Herman. So Robinson had his shot, Strader had his shot, and now the 50 of Herman will get his shot at racing the 84 of Andrew Fahrenheiters as he looks to finish off an incredible drive here in this race. He's led a lot of the night, and now looks to finish it off with his first win. So we'll be one to go next time by. As Fahrenheiters tries to fend off the charge now from Herman, Pettit, Strader, Carlson, Benfield, Modesty, Posey, Meadows, Sanchez, the top 10. So several cars here at the front that can contend, but if Fahrenheiters, if he gets a good enough restart like he did last time, this race may be all she wrote in locking up a victory. trying to notice. I'm trying to figure out if there's a pattern. I don't know if there is. He's just kind of beating everyone around him on these restarts, and he did so again on that one. We'll try to do so again here with 2 laps to go and drive at least to the white flag. So again, on this opening attempt, if a caution comes out before we make it to the white flag, we will re-rack the field and go to our second and final green-white checkered attempt. If on that second attempt we can't make it to the white flag, the race will be official, and the timing will the scoring will be ended at the moment of caution. Here we go. Aaron Ayers, another challenger. Herman. It's all about the restart you get and whether or not you can match the 84 in 1 and 2 and try to drag race him towards 3 and 4. Robinson gave the blueprint. Herman going to try to send it around the outside and get a better run than the 84, but he's got to start by getting a good restart. With 2 laps to go. Stage is set. Round 2 of the Throwback Series comes down to 2 laps, 3 miles. A long one here at Las Vegas comes to a head. Potentially just a few moments. The pace car will turn left. Andrew Farrenayers and Dustin Herman will settle it. 2 laps to go at Las Vegas. Green flag is back in the air, and off they go towards turn number 1. And it's another great restart, maybe an even better one than last time. And Herman has nothing for the 84, but the caution flag immediately. And we'll go to a second attempt. And I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure. What they got going? Oh, right there. It's Casey Pfeiffer. As he gets booted on the restart. Is that Harold Rothery behind him? That's a bad camera angle. And does the line just not go? Everybody's on the gas here. Casey blinks out. Does he miss a shift? Oh, yeah, I think he missed a shift. And Harold Rothery, nothing he can do. Casey Pfeiffer misses a shift. And that is what brings the caution immediately back out. Let's actually, the best way to know is we're going to be able to go on board. Let's see if he missed a shift here. Yeah, the car got locked out of gear. Wow. And almost like it got stuck out of gear. And Casey goes for a spin. Oh, actually, now I gotta fast forward it here. So Pfeiffer gets going, and then it's like it gets locked in the high RPMs of second, and he goes for a slide off the bumper of Harold Rothery. That's what brings out our 9th caution of the night. As again, we'll have another restart. And again, this will be it. So this is the race right here. If we do not make it back to the white flag, this race is over. We'll end it under caution. If we make it back to the white flag, we'll race it out for one more lap. But we'll get you reset. Again, it's Farrenayers in the lead. Again, it's Herman that is second. Headed third, Schrader fourth. The lineup stays mostly the same. We didn't get but about 200 feet past the start-finish line before chaos ensued out back. We'll give it another go here, though. Still 2 laps to go, and now you almost begin to wonder how the fuel tank may look for a few of the leaders. With an overtime coming up, you almost now begin to question it as to how far they can go. Programming note for you, next week we're off for the Thanksgiving holiday, obviously, as next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so please, we're encouraging the drivers, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope you all do as well. Happy early Thanksgiving from all of us at OP Throwback as well as PGR eSports, and please enjoy the holiday with friends and family, as I will be doing next week. So we're taking a break, taking a week off. We'll come back in week number 3. Well, it is round number 3, week number 4, but round number 3, we're going to the Rockingham Speedway, the foothills of North Carolina. And they're in a couple of weeks. Next week off for Thanksgiving. Keep it on your calendar. 4 weeks from tonight, we'll be off for the Christmas break. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. 1 to go signal has been given. Lights are out atop the iRacing.com pace vehicle. We are set to go for our final restart of the night. This is it. This is the last time we'll have a restart. If we don't get back to the white flag, this race is over. iRacing's timing and scoring will determine both the winner and the finishing results. Andrew Farinaers. I'm probably butchering that, and I'm going to make sure I get the correction I need when we get to talk to him if he does close this deal out here in a couple laps. But he has led almost every lap of this 134-lap event, now well inside of 139 laps. He has ticked on a really impressive performance and now looks to finish the job in OP Racing victory lane. Potential for a brand new top 3 in terms of guys that have never finished on the podium. First-time winner and 2 first-time podium finishers, assuming Strader, Carlson, Benfield, and Modesty don't play spoiler to that. These top 3 would all be new top 3 finishers. Pace car is down into the restart zone for the final time. Green flag is in the air, and we're off towards turn 1. Trouble out back. It's Shane Posey, and if that brings out a caution, it's over. Race is over, and Andrew Farinaers wins at Las Vegas. Shane Posey got out of shape right on the start, and in an almost fitting way after the last 15 laps, the race will end under caution. We're actually just going to race it out. The white flag has been shown. Farinaers is going to be the winner as he wraps turns 1 and 2. One of the most impressive debut performances we have ever seen in this series. The only times he did not lead were strategy calls by other drivers to get in front of him. But in the end, he makes things right. He gets back to the lead. He survives a series of late restarts in his first career start, and he's going to go to Throwback Series victory lane. It's Andrew Farinaers in the 84. It will bring the field off turn 4 behind the iRacing pace car. Probably not the way he wanted to see his first checkered flag, but it's going to count nonetheless, and I can't imagine it's going to make it any less sweet. Farinaers wins at Las Vegas in a chaotic last 30 laps. So we get to the finishing results here briefly. We will give him a chance to do the cool-down lap, come around, celebrate, as we traditionally do. Dustin Herman, really good run for Dustin Herman tonight. Second for the 50. Christian Schrader, boy, he needed that. He comes home in third in the 29. So as we await the cooldown lap here, I'm kind of surprised. I was going to say, I was kind of surprised the 84 Fahrenheit was just kind of following the pace car at 65 miles an hour. And, they'll now jump around the pace car, come around here and celebrate. And he will be the winner here at Las Vegas. He will certainly jump about halfway up the point standings with a win. Strader's going to get a huge amount of points. Same with Dustin Herman. Same with Adam Pettit. And how about a fifth-place run for Stoney Binfield tonight, his return to the series? Had a fast run all night, got in a good position late, and comes home fifth. Chad Meadows with a top 10 as well. Really impressive run for the 25 after his earlier struggles. And a Polish victory lap here for Fahrenheit. Will he burn it down here at the line? You bet he will. Andrew Fahrenheit, your winner from Las Vegas. So we'll go through the finishing results here momentarily, as we will start to work those guys towards the waiting area here as we await their presence in some post-race interviews. Before that, we will go through our finishing results and then get into our post-race segments. Here are the top three drivers. Andrew Fahrenheit, in his first career race, puts on a dominant showing, leads most of these 142 laps of this one, and comes home with a victory. Dustin Herman, a great run for him. He'll finish second tonight. Christian Strader, the Season 2 champ, he'll come home the same place he started in third. Adam Pettit will finish fourth. Stoney Binfield, nice drive for him. He's up from 20th to 5th tonight to finish. Hunter Carlson, 6th. Rusty Modesty, 7th. Chad Meadows, 8th. Rick Sanchez, 9th. Great run for the 05. And Cody Eldred, 10th. He started 40th in this race and finishes with a top 10. Position number 11, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, good run for him as well. Richard Mulligani in 12th. Stephen Luttrell in 13th. Alex Green in 14th. Lee Robinson in the 15th position. Garrett Street, 16th. Ryan Peters, 17th. Nathan Nixon, 18th. Cody Morgan in 19th. And Greg Bourbonier in 21st. Sean Kozier, 21st. Brad Young, 22nd. Shane Posey, 23rd. Doug Johnson, 24th. Tim Henderson, 25th. Brian Elmore, 26th. Brent Elmore, 27th. Ron Walters in 28th. Harold Rothery in 29th, and Casey Pfeiffer in 30th. Isaac Ortiz, 31st. Chris Puff, 32nd. Tyler Bentley in 33rd. Andrew Schroeder, 34th. Jeremy Morrow in 35th. Travis Butt, 36th. Matthew Karakoff in 37th. Dylan Pearson, 38th. John Guerra in 39th. And Tim Clements rounds out the top 40. We're going to go grab your top three for some post-race interviews. Stick with us here on the PGR eSports Network. We'll be right back for more post-race coverage and talking to your top three. Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and welcome into the PGR eSports post-race show for the OP Racing Throwback Series round number 2. We're going to start with the man on the third step of the podium tonight. A man that desperately needed this. Look, the run at Daytona, not what he wanted. Never was really in contention. The Super Speedway is a bit of an evener, and he won this championship 2 seasons ago on the mile and a halves. And he gets a great finish here tonight in the third position. And it's going to be Christian Strader in the 29. We'll get him in here to see his thoughts about tonight's race. Hey, Christian, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dawson, how you doing?
I didn't mean to cut you off, but a third-place finish here for you tonight. A race that was extremely competitive. Reminded me of races of old in this series. And look, at times thought you had something for the 84. At times, strategy calls put you out front. Anything you could have done differently here on these late race restarts to maybe pass Andrew, pass Dustin, and perhaps put yourself in victory lane?
Uh, I'm not really sure if I had anything on the late race restarts there. Me, Andrew, and I think Lee. Well, we were a little bit on a tire disadvantage to the rest of the field, and as soon as I lost track position and couldn't line next to the 84, I didn't think I had anything for him. But I think the big thing was got to stay away from the pit road penalties.
Well, but a comeback for you from that pit road penalty, and I kind of talked about this just a second ago. You know, the super speedways are kind of the great equalizers in this series. You go to mile and a halfs, and 2 seasons ago when you won the championship, you won it mostly on these mile and a half racetracks. So a big run for you tonight, kind of put your season back on track. You know, what's the game plan? Obviously a huge comeback for you tonight as well. So what's the game plan going forward? What'd this do for your momentum as we get into the meat of this season?
It was huge for the momentum. I mean, it's always tough coming off a bad race, and a lot of new guys around, so you kind of want to see where you stack up. It felt good. Uh, the big thing for me is probably going to be just run consistently. Don't put myself in positions to have bad finishes. Move on to the chase, and then from there, hopefully go out and win a couple races.
Well, third place finish, a good place to start and a good foundation for you here as we get into the later portions of this season. Before I let you go and kind of enjoy this one and celebrate and take a breather here after a really competitive finish at Las Vegas, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Uh, just shout out to Alex, and I mean for everybody in the whole field. I mean, that's a great group of guys. It's great having a field of this size. Of course, big shout out to you. I was pretty excited. I made sure to try to get Adam at the end there because I was like, hey, I gotta go talk to Dawson. But just thanks for everybody putting this together.
Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Go enjoy it, go celebrate, and we will talk to you soon.
See you soon, man.
Christian Strader in the 29, the second or the third place finisher, shall I say, here tonight at Las Vegas. We'll move now to the man who finished in the second spot, and it's Dustin Herman. And this was a really impressive run for Dustin Herman coming off last week, made his debut, got in a couple wrecks. Again, the great equalizer at Super Speedways. This week is when we were going to find out kind of who was going to be super ultra competitive, who was going to be kind of the meat of this championship fight, and who was going to be one to be reckoned with on at least the cookie cutter tracks that are coming later in the season. And Dustin Herman certainly proved his worth tonight and proved himself, made his name, kind of put his name in the hat of potential championship contenders. We're going to get to talk to him as well here in just a moment about his second place finish. Hey, Dustin, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you, buddy.
Well, good run for you here tonight. A second place finish, and really kind of a night where not a lot went wrong for you. You ran up front all night. You had a lot of speed on short runs, on long runs. It didn't really matter. That 50 car was wound up. Take me through your night. Reflect on it. A second place finish for you here in round number 2.
Yeah, I had a really solid night, man. It's what we really needed. It ain't what we wanted, but it's what we needed. I think we had something for the leader there if we would have went green for maybe 5 laps, but kind of played some strategy there and ended up pitting when they didn't. So I think I had the upper hand, but all in all, good race. Just want to give a shout out to all the guys in here for making it clean overall. Besides those last few laps, man, it was a pretty clean race.
Well, it really was, and I just asked Christian about this a second ago. I want to get your take on it as well. So, you know, last week, obviously a super speedway, we have some of our other, our other OP regulars that don't run on Thursdays in there, and it's kind of a great equalizer. Obviously, being plate racing, it kind of is a crapshoot at times. But now you come to a cookie cutter. This is kind of when guys start to make it apparent. Okay, who's going to be competitive? Who's going to be truly ahead above the rest? And look, a few guys proved that tonight. You're one of them. So going forward now, you know what kind of speed you have. What are the expectations for you now for the meat of the season after coming off the first mile and a half track?
We're just going out and trying to win, man. I mean, anybody in the top 10 that finished there tonight, for the most part, could probably pull one off any week. So, we count ourselves in that category, and I think we could get a win any week, man, honestly.
Well, it certainly felt like it at portions of the night tonight. The multiple guys were going to go home with a win here in Las Vegas, but it's a second place finish for you here in round number 2. So before I let you go, take a breather and obviously celebrate a runner-up finish tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody here at OP for putting this on. I want to thank you at PGR eSports, everybody watching my team, Smoke Show Racing, and I'm going to have SRTV on the hood next week. It should be. Get my sponsor out there.
We obviously look forward to the next round of this series. A second place finish for you. Go enjoy it and go celebrate, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Dustin Herman in the 50, the second place finisher, and now to the man of the hour. A dominant performance from the 84 of Andrew Farrenayers. We might find out here momentarily that I have been butchering that all night. But regardless, we're going to get to talk to him about his victory tonight, his first career start here at Las Vegas in the OP Racing Throwback Series. Hey, Andrew, it's Dawson the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I hate to do this, but obviously I want to make sure. So could you clarify for me, first of all, how you pronounce your last name? Because I'm almost positive I butchered it all night.
No problem. No one ever gets it. It's Freenosh. It's
Wow.
yeah, not like it's spelled at all when you pronounce it.
Yeah, I definitely butchered it all night, so my apologies on that. If you go back and watch it, you'll have to bear with me. But regardless, pronunciation aside, dominance tonight from Las Vegas. So I kind of want to go through the early portions of the race. You led a lot of the early portion of this one before we get into the last 30 laps or so, the restarts. What was the strategy coming in? What was the game plan? And how did you execute those first 90 laps where really we didn't see another car lead until over halfway through this race?
Yeah, came in. I was trying to save tires that first run, and I guess I really didn't do too good of a job. We had a lead, but we were definitely staying even with the guys behind us. Started going a little bit harder while still saving, so still really trying to get a feel. Being new here, trying to be respectful, racing these guys, and yeah, I was just trying to catch a feel of where everybody's skill level was, saving tires, and what everybody was doing. So, kind of towards the end, we started pushing, and I felt good pushing, felt good saving. So overall, just a good night.
Yeah, absolutely a good night. Kind of want to focus now on the late race portion. Obviously, some cautions come out. You lose the lead. You restart fourth, then you restart third, then you restart second. And obviously, the later the laps go down, you have less time to make moves. You end up driving back around them anyway. Yeah, how did you navigate the cautions, the restarts, getting back past guys? How did you navigate that, both physically on the racetrack and mentally as well, after leading so many laps?
Yeah, I've been on iRace quite a while, and I never get used to when you lose a lead like that. It gets in your head. You get anxious when cautions stack up and you're running out of laps. So it's a shame that came out. I felt like if we went long run there, I think we had it covered. And yeah, I mean we were picking off one at a time on restarts. Finally got like 3-4 laps to get by Lee there, and then guys were coming with new tires. So all around, anybody could have won that race. There were so many strategies, and it's hard to keep track. So. Towards the end, it was just go as hard as I can and hope someone doesn't get by me.
Well, in the end, no one got by you. It's a trip to victory lane in your first career start. So before I let you go and celebrate, obviously enjoy this first win after a dominant performance. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, big thanks to getting the invite to even come here. I hope I was respectful and I raced everybody clean tonight. So you for putting on the broadcast and doing it. I can't wait to watch it back. And then all the fans for watching and all the drivers in the league. I had a lot of fun tonight, and I hope that keeps up.
Well, certainly fun to watch. A fun one, a chaotic one at times, but a dominant performance for you. Congratulations on the win. Go enjoy it and go celebrate, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks so much. Have a good night, guys.
Andrew Freenosh, as we now know it. And, yeah, again, he's going to go back and watch this, and I completely butchered it all night, but it's kind of the thing that comes with it. Didn't get a chance to talk to him before the race. Never really got an opportunity to get that right. So going forward, again, I will note that. Andrew Freenosh, going forward, I will have that one right, and we will go forward on from here. So it's Andrew Freenosh getting the win at Las Vegas, a dominant performance for him over the course of 141 laps here at Las Vegas. So round two in the books. Again, reminder, programming note, next week we are off Thanksgiving break. So please enjoy the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holiday season to all you who may be celebrating here across our viewing base. And certainly we hope that you all will enjoy the next week or so with friends and, of course, with family as well. Going on right now, head over to PGR eSports. Click over to our main page. There's PGR Fall Brawl. Go check it out. Austin Green, Matthew Baker in the booth. I'm about to jump in there, I think, as well, and join them for a little bit of that race. So hopefully you will come over there and check that out. Gen 6 Cars at Talladega is well underway by this point in the night, and I hope to see you over there as we get the big event of the fall going in full swing. Again, no race next week. We'll be back from Rockingham in 2 weeks' time for round 3 of the OP Racing Throwback Series. And if you liked what you saw tonight, you better come back in 2 weeks for The Rock. My name is Dawson Wise. You've been watching PGR eSports. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at PGR. Go watch the Fall Brawl, and we will see you very soon. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, good night.